Gardner. How you doing?
How you doing?
I'm all right. My name is Sharon Goolsby. I'm a social worker here. I scheduled this appointment because we received a referral on your behalf from your primary social worker saying that you might need some additional services or some services that we can provide. So, we got the referral from your initial social worker from Student Health when you went to go see the doctor to get your annual checkup.
Yes.
They noticed that you were kind of a little bit depressed, and you stated on your form that you might want some help with parenting.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay. So I want to tell you a little bit about what we do here. So we help with communication skills, we help with parenting, anger management, coping skills. So, which on your form you filled out, it said that you wanted some parenting skills. Is that still what you want?
Yes.
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 Okay. So I want to tell you, just don't mind me. I'm going to be typing as we talk. So just to get us started, I want to tell you how things work around here, okay?
Okay.
Or what a typical session might look like.
Right. Okay.
So a typical session might be anywhere from 30 to an hour, 30 minutes to an hour long.
Right.
What we can do weekly sessions, or if you are experiencing more problems, we can do twice a week. So which one of those you think you might want?
Maybe weekly sessions.
Weekly sessions?
Yes.
Okay. And how this works is it'll just be me and you in the therapy room like we are now. It's going to talk about we're going to talk about you coming into treatment and you working with us. You don't have to hold anything back. I want to tell you also about we can do up to 12 sessions. Is that all right?
That's fine.
Okay. So we're going to work on those issues that have been troubling you. But before we begin, I need to tell you about informed consent, confidentiality, and mandated reporting. So I am mandated to report if you are talking about harming yourself or harming somebody else. So any suicidal or homicidal ideations.
Right.
I also have limits to confidentiality, stating I will break confidentiality if you do say you're going to hurt yourself or somebody else. Or if I get subpoenaed into court. Some of your records, as long as you consent, your records could be subpoenaed by the judge. The other thing is, I want to let you know all this information that we're talking about. I'm going to get you a signed sheet of paper stating that you understand.
Right.
Okay. Can you tell me what I just said or summarize what I said?
Basically, you're saying that you are obligated to report that if I even give a hint that I might try to hurt myself or hurt anybody else.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and do you understand the limits to confidentiality?
Yes.
Okay. So, just to make sure, I am supposed to, I'm a mandated reporter by law, stating that if you do harm yourself or you're talking about harming somebody else, I will have to break confidentiality.
Yes.
Okay. So I know this is a lot of information to take in at the time, but I just want to make sure you understand what it is. Okay.
I do.
All right. So I'm going to give you this piece of paper, and this is your informed consent, stating that I told you everything that you need to know about confidentiality, mandating reporting,
Right.
and what sessions will look like.
Okay.
So right here, your initial and sign. Okay. Thank you, Ms. Gardner. All right. So what we're going to talk about now is, can you tell me what specific issue with parenting brought you in today? And just talk a little bit louder because I can't hear you.
It's just a bit like everyday things where I'm trying to install curfews and trying to teach them life skills, and it's hard because sometimes they don't want to listen. They have tendencies like, well, I shouldn't have to, or well, no one else does it. Well, they do this and they do that. But I'm trying to keep my business in-house. Basically, instead of trying to get them prepared for when it's time for them to leave home and be able to cope with what they have to do in life.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. So how does this what trouble, basically what I heard you say is you're trying to teach them life skills. You're trying to teach them things that they're going to have to use later on in life.
Yes.
And it comes into play, the trouble comes into play is when the child talks back saying that nobody else does that.
Yes.
And they don't want to do what you ask them to do.
Right.
Okay. So, excuse me. So how would you like us to best help you with that? What can we do? What would you like to focus on specifically?
Maybe a better way of getting my point across.
Okay.
Because sometimes there's a lot of hollering and screaming back and forth. No, yes, no. And sometimes you get tired of that.
Yes, ma'am. So basically, you want to instill certain rules or guidelines for your child.
Yes.
And you want it to be like, correct me if I'm wrong, but you want it to be like once it's said, it should have been done.
Right.
Okay. All right. So that we can help you with that today. Also, tell me if I'm right or if I'm wrong. Just stop me. You want to make sure that the child has a bedtime.
Yes.
You want to make sure that all the chores that you give the child are done.
Yes.
Without any talking back.
Right.
You want, you just want to be respected.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So we can work on that today. We can work on that in our following sessions.
Okay.
And I will give you some tips and tools out my tool bag to help you. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So I thank you so much for coming in.
Mm-hmm. And I thank you for listening.
No problem. And let's schedule the next date that you come in. We'll start working on those parenting skills.
Okay.
Anytime this month or next month, what's a good day for you?
A good day would probably be a Friday.
A Friday?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Around what time? Would you like mornings, afternoons?
Probably afternoons.
Okay. Afternoons like from 12 to 4 -ish?
Anywhere between 12 and 4.
All right.
That's fine.
All right, I got you scheduled. And you have a great rest of your day, and we'll get started on this next session. So your next session is going to be next Friday, which is going to be the 1st of the month, April 1st. All right. I thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.